All right, so we got another unboxing for you, and this time it is Cryptozoics Adventure Time Card Wars, the card game. We are bringing you the fourth collector's box from them, but first, let's remember where they came from. So the first box they gave us was Finn and Jake, and this was a Cornfield versus, what was it, Blue Plains deck. This one was pretty fun. Katie and I enjoyed this a lot and played it a bunch. The Cornfield deck was a little overpowered against the Blue Plains deck unless you knew how to properly pilot it, but overall, pretty balanced, kind of fun. So that was the first one. OCD. Next came BMO and Rainicorn. These actually released at the same time, but the BMO and Rainicorn sold out pretty quickly where the Finn and Jake was still available. They did a second print run of this, but this was from the first print run. A friend of mine happened to have it, and I bought it off of her because she wasn't going to be playing it regularly. And this was a Sandylands Useless Swamp deck. Pretty fun. Sandylands used a lot of abilities that allowed you to place more cards in a turn than you should, and stuff that combos off of cards being put out in a turn. The Useless Swamp was kind of like a dredge deck in Magic. Based off of what you have in your graveyard, allows you to do certain things. Then we got Lumpy Space Princess versus Princess Bubblegum. And this one was a Nice Lands with a Blue Plains Useless Swamp deck, I think. Let me make sure of that. Princess Bubblegum had a Nice Lands deck, and Lumpy Space... Yeah, it was a Blue Plains Useless Swamp deck. And this one was pretty neat, but again, you had to almost start with the Finn and Jake set to understand how the game works and then progress down the line to this one. In between Princess Bubblegum and the BMO and Finn, we got the For the Glory booster packs, which everybody groaned about because they thought it wasn't going to be a collectible card game. The nice thing about the booster packs was if you bought one booster box, which wasn't super expensive, it was like $60 or $70 for the whole booster box, you would get every card that you need. And not every card was necessary. And honestly, playing with the decks that come with this is fun enough. This isn't one of those games that I'm going to go to competitive nights trying to enter tournaments and stuff to win. So this week saw the release of Ice King and Marceline, and that's the one we're going to check out today. So I will put these away, and we will crack open the Ice King versus Marceline deck. And this introduces a 5th land type, the Ice Lands, which if you didn't see that coming, pay attention, because it seems like they're just making up their own rules now with this. Not saying that they weren't making up their rules to begin with, because the game didn't exist. It's based off of a 12-minute cartoon show, a single episode of a 12-minute cartoon show. The great thing about the game is that none of the characters from the show at all appear within the actual card game itself. When I open the box, you'll see they did rectify that slightly, but overall, no characters from within the show appear in the game. Struggling with the box. All right, so we got our game, and inside of it is a sleeve of poop. All right, so we got our rule book, which in typical Cryptozoic fashion got severely damaged in the box, but we know how to play the game. So this is where they introduce the characters into the game. Before this pack came out, they put out a hero deck, a hero pack, and this is the hero pack. And what this allows you to do is, it's kind of like Commander, but not quite. Because this game is a blatant ripoff of Magic, but you can use different characters, and it's as if you are playing their deck in the game. So here is Finn. and each card has a different ability. So obviously, the characters whose decks you are playing, whether it's Finn, Beemo, Lady Rainicorn, Princess Bubblegum, or Lumpy Space Princess, these all work really well with the pre-made decks that they have. But then you get characters like Tree Trunks and Ricardio, Magic Man, Billy, Susan Strong, the Cosmic Owl, Abracadaniel, the Huntress Wizard, and Prismo. And these allow you to kind of build decks around them, so you can build their decks, not the pre-constructed ones that come in the game. So with this is the first time this has happened, where in the Ice King Marceline deck, you're getting 2 cards to add to the hero pack. And these go with the decks that are pre-made in here. You're also going to get Icy Lands, and these have frozen tokens on them. So what that tells me, because I haven't looked at any of the cards yet, but some of the cards will allow you to freeze other lands or heroes. It also comes with a bunch of hit points. We use spin downs, but to each their own. So the Icy Land tiles get punched out, and the Nice Land tiles will get punched out. And it is a Nice Land's Useless Swamp deck for Marceline. All right, and then in each set, you get a deck. So one deck is Marceline's and one deck is the Ice King's. And since they both have rainbow cards as their first card, I don't know whose is whose. So let's find out. I do want to point out that the Nice Ice Baby is sitting here, and that's in the Blue Plains deck. This is a mean card. Look at what it does. You get +3 attack while your opponent does not control a creature in this lane. Seems dumb, is dumb, but if you get it to go off, your opponent is hurting. In our review episodes of this, I believe that's how Matt was able to spam Katie to death. All right, so I'm opening the pack to see what comes in it, because believe it or not, I am actually excited for this. The game overall is kind of basic, I guess is the best way to put it. If you have a junior player in the house that wants to get into collectible card games, this is a good way to kind of break the barrier with that without getting into Magic and spending a ton of money for them to have something that's playable and fun. Each of these sets costs about $20. You can usually find them cheaper. And the gameplay itself will show you how to play pretty much any collectible card game that there is. So, all right, so the deck that I opened is Marceline's, and the first card in it is the Furious Chick, and it gets +1 attack for each damage on it. It's got 5 health, 0 attack, so when this thing's at 4 health, or if you have stuff that boosts it, you can actually boost its attack. And it costs 0 to put out, so it's free to put out. So that's a bit OP. The Rainbow Spell, Blood Transfusion, Furious Rooster, the Music Mallard, the Cotton Polt, kind of silly, Dr. Stuffenstein, Furious Hen. So there's a chicken theme going on here. The Paper Cut Tiger. A lot of the stuff in the Nice Lands deals with exact damage. So if you look at this card, when it has exactly 5 damage on it, it gets +5 attack. So in this instance, you would want to try and keep 5 damage on it, or go for a kill and then pull it back. This one, you can heal exactly 5 damage from target creature you control, no more and no less. The Auto Plucker, heal or deal 1 damage to your creature in this lane. So that's a quick way to get one of those creatures to where you need it to be. And then we start getting into the Useless Swamp stuff. The Bog Banshee Angel, the Banshee Princess, the Fly Swatter, the Bug Bum, the Unicyclops, Manwich, the Banshee Queen. So again, a bit of a theme going on here. The Bog Frog Bomb, Bums Away, the Bloodbath, Funeral Home, and the Cardboard Mansion. So pretty interesting stuff in there. Curious to see how it would play out against, and we will see what the icy lands bring to the table. And I'm already excited because I see something in the icy lands deck that that'll let me give a little bit of a rant. And who doesn't love a little rant? All right, so get this cracked open. All right, so we start with come on. The camera doesn't want to focus. All right, so we got the Nice Ice Baby, the Spike Sickle, which is just a 3 attack, 1 defense, 0 cost creature. The Cold Soldier, which gets +3 attack while your opponent does not control a creature in this lane. A lot of this does not control a creature in this lane. This one deals 1 damage to each creature on a landscape with a frozen token on it. This one does +1 attack with a frozen token on it. You draw a card for each landscape with a frozen token on it player's control if you floop it. Pay 1 action, freeze a landscape in this lane. So the Frost Dragon is how you get frozen tokens out. The Sleigh Rider, deal 3 damage to target creature on a landscape with a frozen token on it. When Frozen Fish deals damage to a creature, you may freeze a landscape in this lane. And here we are. All right, so this little thing comes in each collector's pack. I will get to that in a second. All right, you get the Snow Angel. Oh, the Emperor Penguin. Snow Bunny. Snow Dog. Border Collie. Get it? Frosty Frolic. Snow Way. Freeze Ray. Freezing Point. Frozen Heart. Celestial Castle. Isolation Cell. Snow Business, and the Crystal Palace. All right, so that little red token. Anybody that played the game Outburst or Categories should recognize that at the bottom. When you place the red thing over it, it gives you a code. And it unlocks a card in the Card Wars app. They have done this with every pack, and every single time it's a don't forget to drink your Ovaltine moment. And that just pisses me off. This one gives you a free Davy Jones Jr. card if you use the promo code COOLDUDE. Every single time, it's just that. And it's just 1 card in your deck that has that promo info on it. That is my only gripe with this game, honestly. Otherwise, it's a fun, cute game that you can play with pretty much anybody. It's quick to teach, easy to learn, and as far as deck building goes, it offers a decent amount of replayability. It's like not something that I go around creating decks for, but we have fun with it. When the For the Glory set came out, Matt built a rainbow deck that used just these cards and 0 and 1 cost cards from each landscape and put a bunch of landscapes out, and it was thoroughly overpowered. He broke the game with it. So there isn't as far as I know, there's no tournament scene for this game. There's no real organized play support for it. But they continue producing it and continue putting it out, and I will continue buying it because I do enjoy it. And I like the idea of playing a bunch of different decks from a bunch of different characters from the show. I do love Adventure Time, and the game hasn't let me down yet. Katie got a little salty at it because Matt beat her 3 times on the show, but luckily she's done playing it on the show, and now it's Jeff's turn to take on the Amadeus. So look forward to our review of the Card Wars Marceline Ice King set, and the hero pack will probably be a separate episode where they each get to construct a deck using one of the heroes, and those will be Amadeus episodes. We will do 3 with Jeff, and then the final 3 will be with me, Matt going up against me. If he's undefeated with Jeff, we will see. So other than that, this has been Sorry Man I Farted unboxing another game. I hope you enjoyed it, and look forward to talking to you guys soon.